Hello everybody, it's Tony again, Master of the 80s. How's everyone doing? I hope you're okay. Just thought I'd put a little video together of the Arrow video titles that's in my library. Now, I am not a completionist in any way, shape or form. I'm not a slipcase chaser. I'm not into nothing like that. With my collection, is what you see is what you get. I'll only buy films that I personally like, and films that I've seen before I'll never blind buy. And I just thought I'd show you my run of what I've got in my Arrow video. So what I'm going to do, we're going to move over to the shelf. I'll set up over there and we'll have a look at some stuff. I'll see you in a second. So the first one we'll have a look at is my windowed edition. Obviously this is an early release by Arrow of Dawn of the Dead. I like these window box editions. I think they're really smart. I don't know why they ever stopped with them. I think they suit what Arrow do really well. And there is a few in this style, but there's not that many. I mean, I've only got a couple. Well, this one being Dawn of the Dead. I mean, I personally love this film. It's a fantastic film from a fantastic franchise. Well, this edition's really nice. Obviously, I've got it onto that cover, the original. There's other various covers you can flip it to. That's the back. The poster for this one I've currently got up on my wall. So if you've seen any other of my videos, you'll always see it behind me. This poster, I've got it framed. Little bit expensive in the UK. This one now. I mean, at the time, I think when I picked this up second hand, I think I paid about 28 for it. I think it's come down a little bit in price now because of obviously the second sight release. Well, this is still going for around the 22 to 25 mark if you can find it in the UK. So that's the first one. We'll have a look at my Arrow collection, and it is Dawn of the Dead. Again, we've got another windowed edition. This time it's Maniac Cop. Again, another film that I really like. It has some good actors in this one. End of the day, if you're watching this video and you're clicking in because it's an Arrow video release, you'll know all these titles. You know what I mean? It's nothing new to you. But like I said, this is a windowed release. Again, the poster, if you watch my other videos, you'll see the poster in my background on my videos all the time. And they are nice little releases. This and the previous one, Dawn of the Dead, are the only two I've got of the windowed editions. But they are nice. I've always liked them. This one can be picked up really cheap now. I think this one's it's under £15. Probably pick it up for a little bit less if you have a look about. But that's Maniac Cop. Another one from George Romero, and it is Day of the Dead. This was one that took me a little while to try and track down over here, this copy of it. Quite pricey in the UK, this one now. I mean, a bit of a bad story I had with this one. It was bought as a gift for me 12 months back initially, and then when the box actually arrived within, obviously it actually came from a company. It didn't come from a private sale. When they opened the box, there was nothing inside it, just a receipt for the actual film itself. And when the company was contacted, they didn't want to send a refund out. That company was CEX in the UK, which is one of the worst experiences I've ever had with them. But it didn't put me off, and I did find a copy of it eventually, and it's a great sort of version of it that Arrow's put out. Another favourite zombie film of mine, because these ones are bagged. We'll have a look inside these. There's the book on that side, so the booklet, and obviously all 3 discs. Obviously reverse artwork on that one as well. Again, price of this one here in the UK at the moment, this one probably around 28 to £30 mark on the secondary market now. It isn't cheap by any way, shape or form, but it's a film I really really like, and it's a film that I'm glad I've got into my collection. Holy shit! Now we're talking. John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China, fucking brilliant film. Love this as a child growing up. It's one of those films that's always stuck with me. I can watch this over and over and over again, never get tired or bored of it. Absolutely fantastic film and a really nice release from Arra. Some real nice features on there as well. It's an all round action packed film. You know what I mean? Action, kung fu, horror, all in one. What more can you ask for? All done by John Carpenter with Kurt Russell. Fantastic film. This version I've got is just the cheap one disc version now. I tend to pick these up when they come on sale in the UK. HMV normally have these on sale at 2 for £15 a couple of times a year. So they're good fillers, these. So that is Big Trouble in Little China. Next up we've got Night of the Comet. Again, a film that I really like, and I couldn't actually tell you why, because fuck all really happens in it. I don't know if it's a nostalgia thing for me or what. I'm not 100% sure, but it's one of those films where really nothing does happen. But I do like it. Again, nice presentation from Arra, as you'd expect. This one is the 2-disc version. A little bit more expensive at the moment on secondary market in the UK, this one. Well, it's a DVD and Blu-ray combo. I picked this one up relatively cheap when I found it. I found it in a second-hand shop. Night of the Comet. Toby Hooper's Life Force. What's not to like about this? Naked space vampire goes on rampage in London. I mean, it's one of those standout Toby Hooper films, and one that I really like. Visual effects were fantastic in this for the day. Again, Arrow's done a really nice job on this. Loads and loads of extras on it. Again, it's the 2-disc edition I've got of this one, so this is a bit more expensive in the UK now, probably about 15 to 18 on the second-hand market. Little booklet in this one as well as. You'll take notes as well, is everyone that we'll have a look at these. I've always got the reverse art on them, so I've always got the original artwork running on them. Yeah, just my thing kicking in of wanting the sort of 70s and 80s artwork that was done on these titles. That's Toby Hooper's Life Force. Larry Cohen's The Stuff. The dessert that will eat you from inside out, whether it be, I don't even know what it is. It looks like marshmallow, but is it yogurt? Is it ice cream? I don't really know, but it's one of those films that always did it for me. And yeah, it is cheap and it is tacky, and it doesn't always work, and it's not always edited correctly, but it's a fantastic film. And again, nice job by Arrow on this one. It's nice edition. Again, this is the 2-disc edition with the booklet. A little bit more expensive on the UK market again now. I think this is again in the realms of about 15 to 18 pound. I think now if you can find this second hand. But yeah, The Stuff. This has to be probably my top 10 films of all time, and definitely my favourite Dario Argento film, and it is Phenomena, or for everybody that's here in the UK, it was known as Creepers. I've got a really good history with this film. I was sort of shown this in my mid-teens. I've always been an avid film collector. And back in the day when I was collecting, obviously 14, 15-year-old, I was collecting VHS. And we had a market on a Sunday morning in the village where I lived. And there was a guy on there that did second-hand big box VHS films. And used to be able to take stuff down to trade in. He'd give you a trade price on, you'd take 3 more away. And I used to do it week after week, and I got a bit of a rapport with him, and he knew the kind of stuff I liked. And one day I was struggling for a couple of films, and he said, "Have you ever tried Creepers?" Obviously, phenomena. And I said, no. He said, "Well, give it a whirl. If you don't like it, bring it back next week, trade it for something else." And I never ever took it back, because I think it's an absolutely brilliant film. The cut, the Creepers cut is a lot shorter than the Phenomena cut, and the up and coming 4K release that Arrow are doing this, I think, is it that February or March time that's due out. They've actually gone back on one of the editions that's been released in the UK to make it look like the original Creepers large purple and gold VHS box, the rental box that was available at the time. So I don't normally double dip on films. I'm not that kind of person. But I will be definitely picking that one up. This was just the cheap standalone 1-disc version. Again, can be picked up in HMV for £2 for £15 when these are on sale. Yeah, but I love this one. That's Phenomena, or Creepers if you're in the UK. What's there a lot to say about this one? The Burning, fantastic film. Probably one of my best favourite slashers throughout the 80s. So it's a great film. It's definitely up there with your Freddys and your Jasons and your Michaels and all the big hitters of the time. This film is fantastic. Well presented in this as well. Now I've got the original Vipco release on DVD that was put back out in the early 2000s here in the UK, and that's edited to hell. Even though this was classed as a video nasty, you'd have thought that the Vipco releasing something like that would have released the full unedited version, but it's not. So that was a release I sat on for a while till I got my hands on a copy of this one, and this is just great. Again, it's a 2-disc version with the booklet in it. Again, this one goes second-hand market in the UK now for about anything between £10 and £13 second-hands. But if you're into your slasher films, then this one's got to be a must. It is a brilliant watch. Plenty of special features on it as well. That is The Burning. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This took me an absolute age to find over here for the right kind of money now. Second hand, this is just going for crazy money. But it is a really nice release. Loads of special features on it. Love this film. I think it's really good. Good fun. Slapstick as hell. Can't really take any of it serious. And this is a great release. There is a 2-disc edition of this. This is only a single edition, but it does come with the booklet and the poster in this one. The poster's there. There's the booklet. Obviously, alternative artwork as well. But there is a 2-disc version of this. But currently, the single disc edition like this one I've got goes for about £22 now, second hand in the UK. And the 2-disc edition, I think you're closer up to 30. But it's one of those films that I should have bought first time around when it came out, and I didn't. And now you're just paying the price of people wanting more money from. But at sort of £22, I don't particularly mind. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Strangely for me, not an 80s film. This is a film from 1993, and it's Matinee. Again, another film really that I enjoyed when I was younger. It's just one of those films that stuck with me. So that obviously when Arrow released this, it's one that I had to pick up. It's a nice little release. some decent special features on it. It is 2-disc edition. No booklet in this one. Again, this one could be picked up relatively cheap. If you can find this on any of the sales when they go up, especially HMV, for 2 for £15 now. But if you've never checked it out before, give it a whirl. It's worth a blind buy if you've never seen it at £7.50 when this is on offer. It's a good all round little film, really. That's Matinee. RoboCop. Again, what can we say about this one? Apart from it's fucking brilliant. Ultra violent, over the top, loads of fun. Watched this when I was way too young. Scared the shit out of me for God knows how long, especially the toxic melting man scene. But it's a fantastic film. But Arrow Video, you can kiss my ass if you think I'm buying any more versions of this. You just keep pumping it out. There's this, there's a Steelbook. Now there's a 4K coming out and a 4K Steelbook. I can't keep buying into RoboCop as much as it is a brilliant film. So I will be sticking with this one. Some great features on it. It really is packed, this thing. It is good, and it's a good presentation of it. Again, it's an Orion film. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know I like more stuff that Orion put out back in the day. Again, this is the basic, cheaper release, because I won't pay for anything else because I'm a cheap ass. But it does the job I need it for. It was better than the DVD that I had, and better than the original edition of RoboCop, which is a 3-disc set that came out initially over here, and this is a complete step up from that. So that's RoboCop. So another 90s film, and probably if anybody's gone up to this point of this video now and you're still tuned in and you're looking at this and going, Tony, what the hell have you got this for in your collection? I actually like Waterworld. It was a monumental flop and one of the biggest budgeted films of its day. But it wasn't a success at all. But I think it's gathered a little cult status now, really. Personally, I like it. I liked a lot of this trashy, crappy kind of stuff that Kevin Costner did back in the day. The Postman was another one, which I'm surprised that Arrow have never put out. The Postman was a decent enough film. But again, this is just one of the cheaper release ones. Single disc, no booklet or anything like that. Again, in the 2 for 15. Oh, sorry, this is the 2-disc one. This is the 2-disc set. Yeah, because if I remember right, on this isn't the 2 cuts of the film. 2 cuts of the film on this, yeah. Nice little car for Tremors in this one. There we go. Like I say, what can be said about a lot of these films that people don't already know? I mean, I'm not teaching anybody anything here. I'm just showing you what's in my collection. Again, this one has a theatrical cut on it. This 2 has the Ulysses cut, which includes the previously censored shots and dialogue from the other film. But I like I say, I personally like it. A lot of Costner stuff is either smarting at you, either love it or hate it, but I like Waterworld. Next, we've got Molly Ringwald in 16 Candles. A huge film in its day, still holds up pretty well today. Nice Arrow picked something like this up when they did put this out. Loads of special features on it as well as 4K scan as well on this one. Just a single disc again. This was from the 2 for £15 range when that pops in. So you don't expect anything major in them. There's no slips or booklets or anything anymore on that cheaper stuff. 16 Candles. Weird Science. What's not to love? 80s masterpiece. Superb film. Over the top. Good fun. Brilliant soundtrack by Oingo Boingo. Arrow did a really nice job on this one as well. Plenty of specials on, plenty of extras on this with the special edition content. Again, what can be said about this film? Everyone knows it. It is fantastic. Again, just a single disc edition, but that artwork on that disc is really, really nice. I mean, they did a great job on that. And I don't really like alternative artwork, but that is pretty good. Weird Science. Again, what can be said about this one that everybody doesn't already know? American Werewolf in London. Absolute masterpiece. Superb. Brilliant film. Always like this. Again, another one that I saw when I was way too young. But it's a fantastic film. I mean, Arrow have got, God, how many editions of this have they got? They've got loads. But it really is good. Again, loads of bonus content on this. Again, the version I've got is just a straightforward single one disc version. I don't really need the collector's editions or anything like that. It's not really my style of collecting. It's all about cost and space with the way I collect, because I've only a small room where I store all my stuff. So that's American Werewolf in London. If you've never seen Wild Geese, check it out. I mean, this is an absolutely brilliant film with an all-star cast. It's not a war film as such. It's about a band of mercenaries that's brought together in London to do an extraction. And the characters that they bring in, that tells you across the top there, Burton, Moore, Harris, Kruger. It's superb, and each one of these characters, it lends a sort of a speciality to the team. They all bring something a little bit different in. They've all worked together before. They'd all served in the forces before, but they've all gone to retirement now, and they're all trying to earn some money, so they're all now just guns for hire mercenaries. And it really, really is good. It's a fantastic film. Not a film that you'd ever thought Arrow was going to release, but they did, and fair play to them, really. Hardly any special features on this, because I would imagine there was to be much at the time that was taken for this, really. But like I say, if you've never seen this before, or you've never heard of this film before, please check it out. Go to YouTube, watch a trailer. It definitely is worth watching. To a film like this, it's got one of the saddest endings you'll ever see. But it's a true gem that I remember fondly from my younger days. Obviously, either from my dad or my granddad who've been watching this kind of stuff, then I'd sort of dipped a toe in as well. And it's a really, really good classic film. That's Wild Geese. Chuck fucking Norris. Here we go. The Delta Force with Lee Marvin. Fantastic film. Again, completely over the fucking top nonsense. Like any other Chuck Norris film. Probably one of the better Chuck Norris films that he turned out. You know what I mean? He for a guy that's as well liked as he is, he turned some absolute shit out back in the day. I mean, there's some absolute stinkers by Norris, but this one wasn't. This one was really good. Lee Marvin in here looks like he's fit for nothing. He's that old, but it's a great film. And again, nice one that Arrow should pick this up. Did a nice job on it, and again, there's loads of special features on it. It's the one disc edition, but it does come with a booklet. Again, nice little bit of art on it. The alternative art on this, what Arrow did on it, though, was garbage. But it is a nice release. Let's Chuck Norris, Lee Marvin, the Delta Force. The Guyver. Power Rangers, before Power Rangers were a thing in the UK, you had the Guyver. There's no way I can describe it. It's down the same vein as all that Japanese kind of stuff. Brilliant little film. Got a crazy as hell cameo of well, he's in all the film of Mark Hamill. Another one, little gem that Arrow put out. If you've never seen it, take my word for it. If you can get it on the cheap, pick it up. You'll have loads of fun with it. It is a good little film. Again, I've got the 2-disc edition. No booklets in this one though. This one's always in the sale. If you can pick it up, you get the 1-disc edition of it. But it's definitely worth a look at. It's definitely worth a watch because it is a good little film. That's the Guyver. 1978's Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Another really good film, and one that I'm really glad that Arrow put out. Cult status this now, everyone knows it. Great sci-fi film, alien invasion film. Again, absolutely loads of special features on it. It is a great title. Like I say, if you know this one, you know it. It's a good cast as well. Again, this is one of the cheaper line ones, so it's a single disc and that's it. But a fantastic one to have in the library. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. This is Tom Hanks when Tom Hanks was good, not Tom Hanks of now where he makes shit. This is the Burbs. One of Tom Hanks' his better films from his earlier career. The newer Tom Hanks stuff I can't really stand. But the films like this and The Money Pit, Joe versus the Volcano, all that kind of stuff is really, really good. And this is no exception. The Burbs is brilliant. Filmed on the back lot of Universal, I think this one. Never moves really out the one street. Got a really good cast in this as well. Corey Feldman pops up in this one. Again, looks good. Nice bonus content on it. Again, I think this is just the 1-disc version. It is, yeah. Just a single disc version. Bloody robocop gets everywhere again. But this is one I remember fondly growing up. And one that's it's a nice addition to have in anybody's library, especially if you're an 80s nerd. It's Tom Hanks, The Burbs. We've got Terry Gilliam's Time Bandits. Wonderful, beautiful film. Again, if I was to compile a top 10 films, Time Bandits would probably be in it. Looks beautiful, beautifully written. Great characters in it, great actors in it. Everything about this film just works brilliantly. It's got that little bit of Python-esque about it as well that works quite well. And this release by Arrow is really good. Like I said on the back, did it make history? They stole it, if you know this film. Again, loads of special features on this. It's just, again, I've got the single disc edition. That newly commissioned artwork is awful, so we went back to the original artwork that everyone knew and loved. But again, fantastic film. Akataka was just about this film in general. But these are just quick little look throughs, aren't they? So that's Time Bandits. Another absolutely amazing John Carpenter film that I've got. I think I personally own 3 releases of this from different versions, different companies. Arrow have got so many versions of this out, it's untrue. But it deserves every single one of them, and it is the thing. Fantastic film. Still scares the absolute shit out of me to this day. It's one of those films that just plays on your mind constantly when you see something from it. The practical effects in it are out of this world. Just everything about this film works. Again, I've just got the basic standard 1-disc edition. Again, they're in 2 for £15, so you can just bulk your collection up with this kind of stuff forevermore. Loads of special features on that. It truly is a beautiful film. There's your inside. Like I say, 1-disc edition. What more can be said about this that's not already been said before by people who know more than I do? And that's John Carpenter's The Thing. Again, if you know me and you know this channel, you will know my love for Cannon films. I appreciated everything that they did back in the day. They turned some absolute classics out. And this is no exception. Runaway Train is a superb film. If you have never seen this film or you've heard of it, give it a watch. You won't be disappointed. It's nice that it got the Arrow touch to it as well as being a Cannon film. It is a great film that probably doesn't get enough hype or enough praise for. Again, really nice special features on there, and again, there's not loads. Again, being a Cannon film, there's probably not loads and loads of stuff they could go back to. But it is a great film. Again, single disc edition. The alternative art wasn't too bad on this neither. It wasn't bad at all. But again, I went for the original. Let's Runaway Train. Newest addition to my Arrow collection. My Stepmother's an Alien. I never thought I'd see a day where Arrow would release a film like this, but God bless them, they've done it. Dan Aykroyd and Kim Basinger, in a weird little romantic film about Kim Basinger being an alien and Dan Aykroyd falling in love with her. Pretty good. One of those films back in the day that probably got laughed off. I don't think it did massive things, but these kind of films like this and Howard the Duck and Earth Girls Are Easy. I mean, Earth Girls Are Easy are one that I would love Arrow Video to pick up. They're good fun films, and they're just popcorn flicks, and there's nothing about them, and you don't have to read too much into them, and you can just let them wash over you. They're really, really good. This I've not had a chance to watch yet, but it says it's got a brand new 2K restoration, so I'll take a look. That looks really good. Again, single edition, but it's got a nice booklet. Comes with a slip case as well, this one. I'll show you the slip. That's the slip. If you know me, you'll know I fucking hate slip covers. And all you people are now probably tuning out of this video and unsubscribing as I talk. But the bane of my fucking life, slip covers. I'm not into them at all. So if there's anybody out there that's looking for slip covers and I can help you out, I will send them to you free of charge. You can have them because they just clutter the place up. But that's Alien. That's Arrow Video's new release of My Stepmother's an Alien.